Welcome to Dan's Bar! Now, I know some of you have been feeling a little bit under the weather. There's all sorts of things going around, global pandemic. Every once in a while you just need something that's a little pick-me-up, a little thing to make you better. And in all the medical world, one of the greatest breakthroughs that have been around that is penicillin. So today we are going to honor all the medical people that are working to get COVID under control with the penicillin drink. Now, the penicillin drink is one that is a Scotch-based drink, which is the first time we've delved into that. I do, in fact, have a large shelf full of different types of scotches that we might start diving into at some point. But for now, we're gonna have the penicillin, and it's a blended Scotch base with some honey, ginger, a lemon juice to make it a little bit sour, and then a float of a very peaty Scotch on top, just to top it off and give it that little kick that makes it, the thing that will cure what ails you. And I try to do this. This is the closest I have to a stethoscope. That's like the doctor look. But for some reason, I think my extension cords aren't really working as a stethoscope, so we're just gonna can those for now. But let's go ahead and get started with the penicillin. So we're gonna start off with a 2-ounce pour of not Lafroig of the Famous Grouse. Famous Grouse is just a very basic, cheap, everyday drinking Scotch. Nothing fancy, but it'll be perfect for the base of our beverage. So we're gonna do a 2-ounce pour of that into our shaker full of ice. And we'll do a full 2 ounces there, perfection. Now, once we got the 2 ounces of that in, we're also going to do a light 2 ounce of lemon juice and of our ginger liqueur. Now, you can also use a ginger syrup. I happen to have this on hand, so we're gonna use this instead. So we're gonna do a light 1 ounce pour of that. It's like a 3/4-ish ounce. Measuring is overrated, so they're rough estimates, but just enough to make sure that you have about the same flavor level of the different things you're using as you go through the different ingredients of the cocktail. If you're using something that's stronger, like a very intense ginger syrup, maybe back it off a touch, but I'm doing about that, that'll be good. And I'm also gonna just do a dash of honey, because that's gonna give it a little bit of sweetness. And also, honey is good for you. One of my go-to drinks when I'm actually feeling sick is a hot toddy, which is just warm water, honey, Scotch, or whiskey, or bourbon, and lemon juice. And that combination, 1/3 of each, that will cure what ails you, I'll tell you that. So we got those 4 things in. 1, 2, 3, 4 things in. We're gonna go ahead and give that a shake, put it in our glass, and then top it with a little bit of Lafroig. All right, that's about good shaking. And so we're gonna go ahead and put this, now we're gonna be using a Glencairn glass for this one. Glencairn, if you're ever having a Scotch or a really good whiskey, you're gonna wanna use this. It's specifically shaped so that it funnels all the different noses that you'll get directly up to your nose. Really good for Scotches, spirits like that, whiskeys. Because it's Scotch-based, I figured we would pay homage to that and use a Scotch-type glass for our cocktail here. Now this may not be the best for having a float on it, because the float's gonna be all you smell right away. But I think that's just fine, because if it's gonna cure what ails you, you may as well get that hit of a really peaty Scotch right up front. And by the way, for those who don't know, peaty Scotch is one that is usually made in the Islay portion of Scotland. Peat is a bog moss that is high in petroleum. It's used for the distillation process as the fuel source as they're performing the distillation. And if you use one from a more peaty region, that flavor kind of seeps its way into the drink. That is what gives it the kind of peaty notes, which kind of smells like burned rubber, tar, gasoline, that kind of thing, but very refined of those flavors. So it's a good flavor. It's something you want to have. If you want to go more the Highlands, those are going to be very low peat, if any. And those are ones that are more in the Highlands area, the more mainland of Scotland, whereas the peaty ones are all going to be coming from Islay. And there's your Scotch note for the week, or day, or whatever it is. So we're gonna put about half to 3/4 ounce of this just on top to finish off our little drink here. That'll be about perfect, I think. And there we have our penicillin. If you're feeling under the weather, you need that little shot of a little pick-me-up, try penicillin, see if it does the trick, and if it kind of gets you right back on the path to wellness. Good. Oh, that's really good. Oh, I like that a lot. All right, you also try this. Until we chat again, have a wonderful day. Be well, be healthy, stay indoors. Keep practicing having your cocktails until we meet again. Cheers.